graduate school that you want. You want to learn to leverage your contacts of people you know, and that sometimes means you don't know anybody, but maybe your girlfriend or your dorm mate, he might have a friend or a father who knows somebody. And it's putting those threads together and putting together a network for your future, not just for what you can get, but for what you can give. And your network will grow 100-fold if you spend most of your time giving. If you listen to people's needs and what they're looking for, and you make a note. I keep an ACT database. And in that ACT database, I have landscapers, I have consultants, I have bank presidents, business owners, and I'd make little notes. And just this year, one of the local business owners came to me. He had been city councilman, chamber president in the past. He's currently the president of the Exchange Club, and he was doing a career change. And I said to him, I'm a bank president who's looking for a community liaison, and you're the perfect person. So I called the bank president, I got them together, he got a new job. The bank president got somebody who was way overqualified for what he needed. And he ended up managing the bank for the president, besides being a community liaison. That's giving back to the community, helping people. And those are some of the skills that I think I would really encourage you to think about. Work with our fundraisers, our alumni office, and start tapping into their skills. Eric and Patty, they have such great skills. You know, I Dr. Chamberlain's very busy, but everybody, all of your professors are busy. But if you can sit down for 15 minutes and tap into each of the people, the adults around you, there's so much to learn on their skills that they have in networking and just general people skills. Now, some of you, you'll find, I don't like working with people. I want to sit in a room by myself, and I like to crunch numbers.
Amen.
Yep. And I have a number of friends who are like that. And if you know yourself, that is where you need to be. If you work best alone, you need to find a job where you don't have to bump up against people too much, because you'll be happier. But you still need to have those people skills, because you will move farther along in your life, socially and in business, if you bump up against people. I think we're called to do that. I think the Lord calls us. It's a matter of sharing our gifts. We've seen it since you've come to college. Had roommates that you got along with, that you hated. And you've learned from those experiences. You've had teachers that you loved, teachers that you hated, maybe teachers who you hated at first and then you grew to love. You're bumping up against people at this age, and you're learning about yourself and other people. Those are some of the basic skills that I think I find very important that I think I need to share with you. But let me open up some questions, because I can talk about anything from super madness to how to manage a portfolio that just this last year we got 30% returns for our clients. So I'm just opening up for some questions, and we'll go from there. Any questions? Yes.
I'm wondering how you deal with it if you're working with a client and your returns are not. If you've had that experience, how do you respond to that and deal with that?
Well, you have to set expectations in any relationship in business and in life. Even if you get married, then you don't get a bill. I work for you for the next year for free. We've never had to do that yet. I think that brings value to the client. They know that you're serious. But it isn't just returns that is important. It's also who is our client and what's most appropriate for them, and are they on track to meet the goals that they're looking to meet. And that gets into the financial planning process, which is different. Any other questions? problem.
Just interested in your different startup companies, such as like even the construction companies. Like, how did you build those companies up so quickly? And was there like do you have capital that you started with? Or?
I have made every mistake that you can make out there, so I'm an expert at giving advice. And I think that there should be a complete course on just startup. You know, even if it's at the community college, how to start a business, because more business owners that I know of are living hand to mouth because they didn't start it out right. In the construction industry, it's not uncommon for guys to just be very dishonest. A lot of contractors will take money and they'll just take it in cash and never report it, and they spend that cash, and so they're able to buy toys and they eat well, but they don't have a log of how their business is doing, and they have no clue on how to grow it. So they sort of linger in the business world. How I started was, I had a job, I worked hard at it, I enjoyed it. I have a creative side. We were doing hardwood floors, and I brought custom designs into doing floors. So I would I'd draw a design on the floor, cut it out, and do inlays, which nobody was doing at that time. I saw the need for it in the western suburbs of Chicago, started a company with a small amount of capital. And we took some money aside and did that, bought the equipment. I paid attention to my marketing. I knew who I was marketing to, which in the western suburbs of Chicago is women, housewives. They're the ones who are looking to have those floors done. And so I marketed I knew who my market was. I did my marketing to them. I did my advertising in colors, which were red and white, that was to my market. And I knew who my competitors were, what my pricing was.
Companies can be built a lot quicker than you think when it comes to being a service industry. But it's being prepared and having a plan ahead of time that will prevent you from running into brick walls. And if you do that properly, the ones who really grow are the ones who don't cheat on their taxes. They report everything. They keep it well organized, whether you hire another accountant to do that for you, if that's not what your gift is, and to develop good relationships. If your relationship with a bank, you get a good line of credit, you can take on bigger projects, and before you know it, you're doing subdivisions instead of one single home. Because you have enough money that with the line of credit that you can go out there and buy the materials, pay the labor, and wait the 60, 90, or 100 days that builders typically take to pay. I hope that wasn't too long of an answer for that simple question. Any others? Yes? That's a good question. Her question was that I said that I saw a need, and how do you go about doing that? One of the gifts that God did give me was I'm a little bit of a creative genius, and it sounds crazy, but I've had people tell me that. I always have 20 or 30 ideas running through my head, and I see opportunities where most people are just having conversations at a table. And I think you have to develop those skills. I think you can. If you sit back and you listen to those people around you, even at your dinner table, you'll see opportunities here on a social level that maybe you didn't recognize before. When you translate that into business, you start to see opportunities too. Now, how did I do that? I noticed that, there was a lot of money that the guy that I worked for was making. And I looked in the phone book, and there weren't a whole lot of floor sanders in the area at that point. Installers and